Entered a plea on January 28th of no contest to the offense of collision involving death. According to your plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 10 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. The state is opposed to your applications, and there's to be restitution to the next of kin of the deceased. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state?
Yes.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to the PSI report, state?
No.
Defense?
No, Your Honor.
Any witnesses, state? Defense, any witnesses?
To Your Honor, my client and his employer, who's going to be very brief.
Oh, well, it can take as long as it takes. But
Two witnesses.
all right, who would you like to call, counsel?
I'll call Mr. Reese.
No contest plea in a fatal collision case. This isn't your average traffic court moment. With 10 years of prison on the table and restitution owed to the victim's family, the stakes couldn't be higher. The courtroom feels the weight of what's at hand. But it raises a critical question. Does genuine remorse mean anything when a life has been lost?
All right, Mr. Ruiz, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
It's Johnny Reese Jr.
All right, defense, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. So you're here today asking the court for probation. Is that correct?
Yes.
Can you tell the court in your own words kind of what happened that day of the incident?
I had just gotten off of work that day. I went to a friend of mine's. We were supposed to catch up on a video game. That's what we did most of the night. From there, we got something to eat before it got any later. Anything closed down. We ended up getting some Fred's fish that day. I believe they took a little bit longer. I fell asleep on a nap waiting for them. By the time they got back, I noticed it was already late. That's the ice, what they brought. From there, I took off home for where we were staying at. Where I was.
Should every tragic accident end in prison, or is there room for second chances? Notice the tone here, shockingly normal. Talks about games, dinner, and taking a nap. Just hours later, tragedy strikes. It's a chilling reminder of how quickly an ordinary night can spiral into something life-altering.
And during that moment, something happened and ended up. Sorry. Noticed I had hit something. Wasn't too sure what it was. The fact that it was dark in that area. Drove a little bit further down, stopped. Before I saw the light, I believe there was a hotel there. Figured maybe I'd stop there just in case I did see anything or anything happen. I was able to offer help, off the horn, something. So when I went down, I didn't see anything. I didn't see nothing. I didn't hear nobody. Assuming that, I may have struck an animal or something. So I left. Got to where I was staying at, and I saw there was damage on the windshield, of course. I didn't see anything, that indicated that there's a person, a dog, an animal. I'm pretty sure if I would have hit an animal or something, I would have saw blood or whatever the case is. But didn't see anything. I figured maybe somebody threw something in my car. So, if there was nothing wrong,
Altering. One moment, it's routine. The next, it's irreversible. Ever had a night that changed everything in the blink of an eye? Here's where the legal knot tightens. Ruiz claims he didn't see anything. He assumed the body was debris, maybe even a prank. But legally, that doesn't matter. Fleeing the scene after a collision is a crime. It's full stop. In hit-and-run cases,
that's when I started thinking negative. And I would have stopped there, something would happen to me. Somebody did throw something in my car. At that point, I figured that it would have been okay. I didn't see nobody. Next morning, I knocked on the on the door was a detective and told me that there had been an accident. And I might have been involved in something, an accident that happened down the street. I just couldn't believe it. It just said it was an accident under a person. I asked, was everything okay? Were they okay? The detective assured me that the person was fine. I picked him up. He was in the hospital. That he was going to be fine. Except they took me in that day as well. So just, I guess, to the interrogation room or wherever they take me. They just asked me what happened that night. Same thing that I'm saying now. From that point, like I said, the detective assured me that he was going to be fine. He was okay. They just needed to find out what happened. Also told me that, he was in the wrong because he was in the street. As far as what he told me, I didn't see who it was or what it was. He told me that, it was a person. It was just upset me. Because when you think in my right mind, it would have been somebody there walking in the middle of, dark alley.
So when did you come to learn that the person that you hit in the collision ultimately passed away?
It wasn't until a few months later I had learned that he passed away 2 weeks after he'd been struck.
And how did you feel about it? Can you tell us what your mind was going through when you learned that information?
Horrible. I gotta live with
I'm sorry, what?
something that I have to live with. It's terrible.
Debates often swirl around intent and awareness, but the law draws a clear line. Leaving means liability. 2 weeks after the impact, the victim dies. Ruiz doesn't find out until months later. Imagine going about your life working, laughing, living while someone else is quietly.
Do you still think about it to this day?
Think about it every day. Every day. Can't go to sleep. There's times when I stay up till 4, 5 in the morning. I gotta go to work the next day. I gotta work through it. It bothers me every day.
Why do you feel that you're a good candidate for probation?
I have a family. I have my kids. I have
Dying because of you. That's not just guilt. It's a psychological sentence in itself. But is finding out late a legitimate defense or just a form of denial? This is the emotional peak of the case. Ruiz doesn't shed tears, but his pain is unmistakable. Whether you believe his remorse or not, the burden of having caused a death accidental or not doesn't fade, stays, lingers, weighs. Can true remorse ever balance out an irreversible loss?
support my kids. I love them a lot. After being away from them, not being able to help them, provide food. I've tried to, with the state as well, ask them, is there any way they can pay any type of restitution? As well, kind of take responsibility for what's going on. And for the court to grant me probation, I can continue to do my best to, For work.
Now, have you been employed? How long have you been employed for?
For the past year, I think it started in February. So it's a little over a year already.
And where are you employed at?
It's a company, it's a landscaping company.
And do you know if you'll be able to continue your employment after, if you get put on probation?
Yes, sure I will.
And aside from your children, do you have any other family members that you're helping to they rely on you?
Well, I mean, at the time, right now, it's, my kids, my mother's sick. Other than that, she's disabled. So, I mean, I'd really like to get to be more involved with her as well.
And have you had any criminal? Have you ever been arrested in the past 20 years?
No.
And you
I've
haven't.
never been arrested.
And how old are you?
38 years old.
Okay, so you had a few incidences when you were a minor.
Well, I believe so. I think it was, I think in middle school. No, there was one incident that I went to juvie for a day or so. I can't remember how long it was.
But since you've been an adult, you have not had any issues with the law until
No.
this incident. Last witness.
Any questions?
Yes, Judge. So Mr. Ruiz, at the time of the offense, you were staying at a roadway inn that was located on Enrique Barrera Parkway, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and so the accident happened somewhere on Old Highway 90, is that correct?
Yes.
And so those locations are kind of close to each other, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can you kind of give me an idea? You said that you stopped at a hotel. Did you stop at the roadway inn or a different hotel?
Well, I mean, where I was staying, I can't remember what it was called. I think there's several hotels that were there. I stopped at the very first one. Like I said, where I saw that there was some kind of light. Because it was dark in that area.
Okay, so you stopped at a different hotel, not the hotel that you were staying at.
No. I stopped at a different hotel. Yes.
Okay, thank you. And so regarding your vehicle is a relatively small vehicle, correct?
Yes.
It was a smart passion, like a smart car, is that correct? Okay, and so it had a good amount of damage to it, wouldn't you agree with me? So it had the broken windshield concentrated on the passenger side, right?
Yeah.
And then it also had passenger side body damage, correct? And then the broken or the headlight on the passenger side was also broken. And then the passenger side mirror was also missing. Is that correct?
I believe so.
Okay. And so in the PSI and in your testimony today, you said that there's a lot of dogs in the area. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. And so you said possibly you thought that you hit a dog.
Yes.
The evidence that I've seen in the case suggests to me that when the complainant was hit, the body flew up onto the windshield, causing that impact. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. And so if you were to hit a dog, obviously a dog is not as tall as a human, right?
Yes.
And so if you were to hit a dog, you would have felt the impact of rolling over the dog, right?
Possible, but for that type of vehicle, and it's so low to the ground and tiny, anything hits that windshield goes up.
Okay.
Because it's such an incline, that smart car.
So you think it's possible if you would have hit a dog that the dog also would have flew up onto the...
As well.
Okay. And so then I have some other questions. So you said the first time that you learned that you were involved in a collision involving a person was when the detective came to the hotel. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And before the detective took you downtown to take a statement from you, he kind of spoke to you at your hotel room, right?
Yeah.
And so when he was speaking to you at that point, you told him that you believe that the damage to your vehicle was caused by a tree that had fell on the vehicle, right? Okay. And so you weren't forthcoming with him at that time, right? Okay. And regarding, who is Cecilia Rodriguez?
That was supposed to be my wife or my ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
At this time.
And is she the mother of one of your children?
Yes.
Okay. And so she has no reason to say anything false against you, right?
She should have.
Okay. And she was staying with you at the roadway and at that time, right? All right. And so Cecilia stated that she confronted you. So Cecilia noticed the damage, right, that night?
No, she didn't go out that night. She didn't see nothing that night.
Was it in the morning that she
was in
saw
the
it?
morning.
Okay. And so when she sees the damage to the vehicle, she confronts you about it and you tell her you don't know what happened, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then